There's one big secret that all the gurus know, but they don't want to admit, they want to hide it from you. But I want to tell you what it is because I've actually met quite a few of them, some of them in person, some others online. Sadly, I don't have all the photos of all the gurus and influencers that I've met. And honestly, I might be shooting myself in the foot here because I'm trying to build my own personal brand, which, by the way, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But I want to be authentic, I want to be transparent, I want to tell you the truth. So even if it's counterproductive to what I'm trying to do, I still want to tell you. So in order to attain what's behind this big secret that I want to tell you about, they first have to follow a two-step process. And the foundation of it is to build authority. Now, to build authority, they need a couple things. First of all, they need proof. And this is what actually most of their content is. If you look at these gurus, you already know all the things that they're showing to you. You know, with Grant Cardone, it's the airplanes, the real estate. Andrew Tate was the Bugatti. With Tai Lopez, back in the day, was the Lambo. I would say Alex Hormozi is just revenue numbers. And for Luke, I would say it's more of a lifestyle kind of proof. And if you go to my website, I'm doing basically the same thing because with my own personal brand, I want to touch on different things. I don't just want to niche down on one thing. So I'm talking about health, I'm talking about making money, I'm talking about relationships and spirituality. And I have these 4 articles on my website in which I explain to you everything I know about them. And throughout the article, I'm also proving to you that I know what I'm talking about through photos, right? So here I'm talking about how to get an amazing body, and I'm showing you, I'm proving to you with photos that I have it and I know what I'm talking about. Same thing here with business, screenshots of my own business, same thing with relationships and with spirituality. So that's the first foundation of everything that they're doing. They're proving to you that their beliefs that they hold and whatever it is that they're doing in life, it is working for them because they're getting these valuable things. Now, the second part of authority, which is very, very interesting, is conviction. If you pay attention to how these influencers speak, it is with absolutes and very deterministic and without doubts. They rarely say things like, I think, I believe, maybe, it could be. No, they're usually direct statements like, this is how things are, this is how the world works, and this works for me. If you don't believe so, you're probably wrong. And they don't even say that probably. They just like, no, you're wrong. It is my way or no other way. Which is an interesting part because if you pay attention, the opinions that they hold, usually in life, we have a pendulum of beliefs, right? And what gets attention is the extremist views. That's what gets all the eyeballs. So the extreme Republicans and the extreme Democrats, right? That's what we're usually hearing news from. We rarely hear things from the moderates. That's not interesting. And what some of these gurus do, they do exactly that. Andrew Tate, he was having these extremist views on women. Alex Hormozi, extremist views on business. He's like, no, you have to give everything away for free. All of these gurus, they have extreme views in some topics. And that's how they gather a lot of attention. And then through the mechanisms of speaking with conviction and also the proof that I was talking about before, that's how eventually they transition those eyeballs and all that attention, they convert it into what I would call a cult following, because many of their followers, they behave the same way, they have the same lifestyle, their mannerisms. Like, go into any of these communities, you will see how a lot of their followers, they speak the same way with the same sentences, same mindset, same beliefs. And the reason why this happens is that there is a sad reality that a lot of people, as sad as it sounds, they want to outsource their thinking. They don't want to think by themselves. They don't want to go through the troubles and tribulations of actually being confused in life and not knowing like whether this is the right opinion or this is the wrong opinion. They just go and blindly follow someone who holds that conviction, and then they just take everything from them and they become copycats. And these copycats and this audience basically starts to idolize this guru. Now, once they have achieved this, it's when they get the big prize, and this is what they're after, and this is kind of like the secret. What they do now is they introduce the product, the thing that they're trying to sell you. And this can be anything, you know, it can be a mentorship, it can be a mastermind, it can be a course, a community, whatever it is. And what this product does is the solution to the problem that you're having. Whatever it is that you want in life, it depends on what niche they find themselves in. They position themselves as, I have this thing that will get you this, but not only that. The interesting part is that the point of all the content that they're producing and the point of this conviction and how they tell their stories, and also the fact that they're positioning themselves on the extremes, is so that you believe that they are the only ones who have the solution to this problem. Not just that they have a solution, they have the only solution to it. Because if you create an extreme persona and you put yourself on the extremes, very likely there's not going to be a lot of people there, in the same way that there's never been someone like Alex Hormozi who was just like, yeah, give everything away for free. Now you are unique. So once you present a problem, people are going to assume that you have a unique solution that no one else has. This is the absolute holy grail of influencer marketing. Now, here's the thing. Am I saying that you should not be following these guys? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. I believe there's a lot of power in teachers and mentors, but the thing is that in the same way that there's a lot of cult following from these guys, what happens is that there's other people who want to copy them. And in reality, I would say that 95% of gurus out there are just parrots. Okay, I'm gonna drop you here an image of a parrot. And basically, most of the gurus out there, they don't have their own opinions. They're just copying the main ones, the big ones, but they don't have their own original ideas. For example, I can prove to you with this book, The Art of War. Did you know that the most popular version of this book, the one that everyone buys, that everyone gets, and that everyone is reading, did you know that this translation is really, really bad? This is not the Chinese version. It's not actually called The Art of War. The true title of the book is The Technology of War. So just think about this. If the title has already a big problem with its translation, imagine the contents of it. And when I first read The Art of War, I was like, why is everyone talking about this book? Like, half of the things here don't make any sense at all. The way the whole book is written, like, it's very weird, it's very odd. Like, what is this author even talking about? But you know, because some people are like, no, but the book is amazing, whatever, they're not true independent thinkers. Because everyone is saying that it's amazing, all these influencer parrots, they're just replicating this. And they're like, yeah, The Art of War is amazing, it's amazing. In fact, if you go to my website, I have a list here of my top recommended books. And The Art of War, the classic translation of it, it's at the bottom of the list, right? It's in the position 123 because it's actually pretty bad. This is the proper translation. And honestly, I have another interesting controversial take with another book. Reads that, pour that. I believe this is a horrible book, honestly. If you've never watched any YouTube video on business, you've never read any other book, you've never spoken with anyone about business, like you're 7 years old, yes, this book might be okay. You might learn some things from it. Mostly it might be just motivation. But man, if you spend like a couple hours on YouTube, you've tried something, you've spoken with some people, there's nothing valuable in this book. I get it, for a lot of people, it's the first ever business book that they read. So I get it in this case, but for the rest, like, this book is absolute trash. I read this book when I was already into business and I could not understand why people liked it so much. But same problem. Everyone talks about how amazing this book is. So most influencers, the Parrots ones, they're scared of having their own opinion because their strategy is just copying what everyone else is saying. Because they have also outsourced their personality and their beliefs into these guys. So if everyone says that Reads That, Pour That is amazing, that's what they're going to say as well. If The Art of War is amazing, that's what they're going to do as well. Even though probably most of them, they have not even read those books. So what you have to do, your goal here is to find the 5% of influencers, gurus, teachers, mentors that are actually the true, original, pure thinkers. We could call them maybe the poets, right? Is your guru a parrot or is your guru a poet? This is the group that you have to find because there is a lot of value on teachers and mentors. Very, very valuable. And also, above all of these, regardless of what group you're going after, whether you're listening to the 5% or the 95%, never, ever idealize anyone. Do not ever put anyone on a pedestal because we're all human after all and we're not that different from each other. So anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you got something valuable out of it. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have any question about any topic that you want me to cover, you can send me a DM on Instagram or Twitter and I might make a video on it. So send me your questions. Check this video right here. I'm sure you're gonna like it as well. And that's it. And hopefully I will see you on the next video. Take care. Peace.